You know, we have a lot of fun here on the High Wire attempting to make a difference in the world, but so much of the time we sit in our homes. You know, I'm lucky. I have the High Wire. I have a great team of people that help put this all together, but what can you do? Sometimes all you have to do is make a loud voice, to join the voices that are out there and make a difference in the world by simply saying, we are here, we are present, we are accounted for. And that is happening all over the world.
No, 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 no.
1 million workers to be kept at home. A quarter of the nation's economy will be shut down. We have never seen this incompetence in the history of government.
Quarantine fatigue is growing in this and other countries.
Every day brings further drama, allegedly to halt the spread of coronavirus.
On the 19th of March 2020, the government website stated that the virus was downgraded from being a high-consequence infectious disease. 4 days later, we went into lockdown. Why? We've been deceived, we've been failed, and so many people, young and old, have been drilled with absolute fear.
They've declared a state of disaster, which prompts a simple question. Was that declaration a political decision or a health decision?
We are against abuses of power. They want to use this crisis for their own benefit.
There's an accumulation of dissatisfaction. The majority of people here don't have exact demands, but most of them feel injustice.
We will not stand by and watch you ruin a generation of Irish children.
Understandably, senior business leaders are now starting to speak out.
My name is Marcus de Bruin. I'm a GP, and there was a time when I was proud to say that. I'm angry at what my children are expected to do. I'm angry at what I'm expected to do, and I'm angry at what's happened to our country.
In a recent publication, The Lancet argued, and I quote, "In our analysis, full lockdowns and widespread COVID-19 testing were not associated with reductions in the number of critical cases or overall mortality."
No lockdown, no masks, no social distancing, no infringements of our rights, no forced vaccinations, and most of all, children should not be interfered with in the schools.
We put a man on the moon half a century ago, and this is the best we can do to protect the elderly and the vulnerable without smashing the economy.
The more fearful you are, the easier you are to be controlled and manipulated. The less fearful you are, the harder it is to be. And by us being here today proves that to be true. Because it shows the people at the top of the chain that we are not afraid.
The solution is that everyone take to the streets and raise their voices. We need to go to the street and do what we're doing here. Prove to them that we know what this is about, and that we're claiming our rights. If this were truly a pandemic, they are taking the wrong measures.
We will fight until fear is overridden by strength, knowledge, and unity.
The only thing we have left is to protest.
Shame on them! Shame on them! Shame on them! Shame on them! Shame on them!
I don't know if you have the same reaction I do when I watch that, but I think, where is America? I thought we were the fighters of the world. I thought we were the most intelligent nation in the world. I thought we knew better. And yet, thousands, tens of thousands, some of those crowds look like hundreds of thousands of people standing up for their freedom. The United States of America is the freedom capital of the world, and we are locked in our basements right now, at least most of us. I want to say I was just at a great event in Utah over the weekend. I was there all weekend. A great turnout, 12 to, I think, 1,500 people, all fighting for medical freedom in Utah. It was a great event, and I want to give a shout out to those that put it together. But I want to see more than 12 to 1,500 people. I want to see the crowds they're seeing in Germany. I want to see the crowds they're seeing in Spain. I want the crowds that are happening in Poland and France. This is the United States of America. We're supposed to be making a difference. So do me a favor. We have a call to action this week. There are at least two that I know of, rallies that are taking place in the United States of America. The first one in New York. Let's bring that up. This is, there we go. The Global Rally for Health and Freedom. Join peacefully. Stop mandatory vaccines. The March in Solidarity along with Berlin and Europe. These are taking place simultaneously. If you knew the ingredients in a vaccine, would you risk it? 8/29/20. The location, Albany State Capitol, Academy Park, Saturday, August 29th at 9 a.m. until everyone's voice has been heard. And then also Massachusetts is having a rally, August 29th, 2020 at 10 a.m. till noon at the Massachusetts State House. We will be attempting to broadcast all these. And then there's the Unite for Freedom mass protest and march at Trafalgar Square in London, Saturday, 29th, August 2020 at 12 noon their time, very early here. Global Rally for Health and Freedom, London, Berlin, New York, and Boston. Live worldwide coverage begins 12 p.m. London. That's 7 a.m. our time, 4 a.m. Pacific time. We will be hosting that on the High Wire so that you can watch it. But I want to say this. If you were within 200 miles of Massachusetts, New York, London, or Berlin, and I found out that you were tuning into the High Wire to watch this event, I'm going to be seriously, seriously disappointed. You need to make your voice known. You need to step up now. You need to get in your car. You need to stand with United citizens saying that this is preposterous. That just because the CDC is now admitting that masks essentially do nothing, lockdowns are ineffective, and quarantining after you've been on a plane is ridiculous. We've known it from the beginning, but they're getting away with it because we are not making our voices heard. Throughout time, crowds have been gathering all over the world, making a difference. Whether it was bringing down a dictator, whether it was changing a law, whether it was destroying a wall and tearing it to the ground so that freedom would reign, people have been marching, people have been speaking, and we have been celebrating it as American citizens, saying, see, that is what freedom looks like. That is what is supposed to happen. Yet right now, America is the one nation that is sitting asleep, hiding in our basements, wearing our masks, and destroying our economy and our ability to lead the world to democracy and freedom. We need to hold on to this seat of power, and that means every one of you have got to at least do your part to stand side by side with each other in public. We have the opportunity in Massachusetts and New York this week, and please be one of those people that says, you know what, I'm going to host a rally at the state capitol in my state. It's true. It's time. Not 100 of us, not 1,000 of us, not 10,000 of us, not 100,000 of us. Millions of us need to stand up now and claim our rights as free citizens, or we will have no claim. This is the High Wire. We're getting serious about this. I love you. We can make a difference together. So do your part. We'll see you here next week.